Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get those hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. I hope you all are having a wonderful Monday, marvelous Monday. We're starting off on a bad one, though. I'm gonna be real. We're starting off on a bad tip. But here's the thing, y'all. We got some stuff to talk about and some unfortunate news. I know there's a lot of people out here that are going to be feeling some type of way about this news. And I know all of us have been talking about it already. A lot of us have already talked about it. All right. We all know if you were up last night and heard about this, this is breaking news. I got to fix this. I'm sorry, guys. I got to fix this. Well, this is breaking news, y'all. It's very unfortunate, but, it broke overnight. Okay. So bear with me. And if you're not following me on Twitter, I did a whole thing last night. As soon as it broke, I talked about this whole thing. And this is the news right now. Bob Saget dies at 65 years old. And the question is, what is the cause of death? I got a bunch of other things, some updates about Alec Baldwin, and I got a funny little story to talk to you guys about as well. We're not here for a long time, but we're here for an informative and hopefully a good time as well. All right. So before we get everything moving, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. For all y'all who are starting to file in it, yes, it is Monday. It's time to dust off the weekend vibes and get back to work and catch up on all that ish that we got to deal with on a daily basis, on the weekly 9 to 5 basis, right? So get that cup of Joe, sit down, get into work mode, and enjoy this show today. So please send those likes all the way up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that yet. It'd be great to have you part of the Pascal Show family. All right. We cover everything from trending news to sometimes cold cases to true crime cases as well. So please subscribe. Hopefully you'll have a good time over here. We talk about a lot of different things. Okay. So anyway, hit that subscribe button. Anyway, good morning to everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, starting to file in. Good morning. I know some of us are like, I don't want to do today at all. But hey, you know what? Today is another day to get up and kick it in the balls, right? Another day to turn your life all the way around. So get up, dust your shoulders off, and let's accomplish this week, shall we? Anyway, we, of course, got to go into the story. We got to go straight into the news. Like I said, I can't be on for very long or for a long time today, but we're going to talk about this. Now, if you're not following me, if you're not on my Twitter, please go follow me on Twitter, The Pascal Show, one word. I'm now starting to do spaces. I don't know if you know about this. It's kind of like Clubhouse, like the Twitter's version of Clubhouse. So I broke this news last night, right when this was going off, like right when they dropped this information. And of course, this is obviously not the greatest news at all. I mean, a lot of people are feeling some type of way. A lot of comedians are shook, heavily shook over this, and understandably so. I don't blame people for feeling how they feel right now. There's a lot of people that still love and admire and look up to Bob Saget. And when I heard about this news, I'm not kidding. When I heard about it, I was like, y'all lying. I was like, y'all lying like a mug. Quit capping. Y'all cap. This cap. And then I looked it up and I'm like, oh my God, this guy he's really not here. America's white daddy ain't here no more. Real talk. And the only reason why I say white daddy is because, Bill Cosby was America's black daddy. You see what I'm saying? Just to keep it even. All right. But Bob Saget is no longer here. This has been the wildest. I mean, shoot, man, it's just 10 days in, y'all. We just a week and a half into this mug of 2022, and we've lost so many people right out the gate. Shoot, we got Sidney Poitier just died on Friday. R.I.P. to Sidney Poitier. I mean, icon, legendary. They call me Mr. Tibbs. I mean, come on, first black actor to win an Oscar, Sidney Poitier. Lilies in the Field. I mean, come on. There's just so many movies he's done and so many iconic roles he's done, right? And he's no longer here, which was devastating. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to talk about it because we were covering, we were in the middle of covering the Ahmaud Arbery sentencing and whatnot. But yes, RIP to him as well. But, you have Betty White. Oh, yes, James Toomey. I don't know how to pronounce his last name correctly, but yes, he just died yesterday as well. I mean, it's just been insane. It's just been absolutely ridiculously insane. And now we get this information about Bob Saget. And the thing is that everybody's wanting to know, what was his cause of death? Right now, we don't know, unfortunately. We don't know. And Eleni, yes, I will be looking into that as well. The fire in the Bronx, which is insane as well, right? Absolutely insane. So there's a lot that we got to talk about today. But we got to talk about Bob Saget. People are still wondering what the heck happened. And we got to go into some, I got a few articles. I got a news clip, from a comedian that opens for him that saw him hours before he had died. He has a tweet that he put out the night before. I mean, just hours before he died. I mean, it's just insane. And the fact that he is no longer here is surprising to a lot of us, right? So like I said, we got to jump into this, okay? So, like I said, if you're not following me on Twitter, please do so. The Pascal Show, one word. I just did this Twitter Spaces thing yesterday when this dropped. I saw a couple of you guys on here on the Spaces. So please go follow me on Twitter so that anytime there's something breaking, you hear it on there as well. Sometimes I can't get in front of a camera and do this whole, this whole thing, this whole layout. So yeah, I hopped on real quick and chopped it up with all y'all. So please go follow me on Twitter, The Pascal Show, one word. Anyway, this is an article that was right when the story broke about Bob Saget passing, okay? So it says here, deputies. This is from the deputies, okay? They're saying comedian actor Bob Saget found dead inside Orlando hotel room, okay? So the Orange County Sheriff's Office confirmed the death of actor, comedian Bob Saget yesterday. Saget was only 65 years old. In a tweet, the sheriff's office said deputies were called to the Ritz-Carlton Orlando for a call about an unresponsive man in a hotel room. Now, the thing is it makes you wonder. Excuse me. After reading this, because I read this same article on the Spaces thing on Twitter when I broke this on Twitter last night. But now when I'm rereading it again, automatically I have a question that pops in my head. Who else was there? Was he alone in that room? Was he alone in his room? Or was it the cleaning lady or cleaning person that was coming in going, hey, housekeeping? You know what I'm saying? How did they find out that there was an unresponsive man in a hotel room? Right? Was he alone? Or were there people there with him? Was he out kicking it? You know what I'm saying? The night before, after the show, he's Bob Saget. We know Bob Saget. Okay? We know about Bob Saget. Let's keep it reals. So could it be that he was out kicking it? Realist Bob, yeah. That's another possibility. Did he take his own life? That's another question that's popping up as well. How did this happen? What caused his death, right? And who was there? Because how would you know about an unresponsive man in a hotel room? You see what I'm saying? So just think about that. In your head, you're going, wait. Somebody's saying that there was an unresponsive man in a hotel room. How would they know? Unless it was the house, a house like cleaning lady, cleaning person that was there. You see what I'm saying? Knocking on the door saying, well, you know what I mean? It's just strange. Somebody must have been there. All right. There must have been some other presence in the room. Could have been something that had to do with drugs, little snort, little sniff, little, you know what I mean? Skiing down in the Alps types thing. You never know. So anyway, the sheriff's office identified the man as Robert Saget, Bob Saget, pronouncing him dead at the scene. According to the tweet, detectives said they found no signs of foul play or drug use. So here's the tweet from Orange County, the Orange County Sheriff's Office. It says earlier today, deputies were called to the Ritz-Carlton Orlando Grand Lakes for a call about an unresponsive man in a hotel room. The man was identified as Robert Saget and pronounced dead on the scene. Detectives found no signs of foul play or drug use in this case. Now, sure, they say no foul play. Okay. So in other words, he was there. He was laying down somewhere. Obviously, maybe there was no signs of breaking and entering. There could be other things like, hey, obviously there were no drug paraphernalia laying all over the place, right? And obviously this all goes down to what the autopsy is going to say, right? No paraphernalia is around. No dust, if you will, all right? No debris is left in the back, right? Left around. So we don't know so far. They haven't seen They haven't seen. It's not like a needle was sticking in his arm. It wasn't like there was a little powder under his nose. You see what I'm saying? None of that. Nor was there any type of obviously what they're seeing so far. It's not like it wasn't like he was shot or stabbed. No signs of bodily harm. So this is why I say, interesting, right? How would they know? I'm just going to show this again. I'm going to highlight that right there real quick. It says for a call about an unresponsive man in a hotel room. How would they know about a man in a hotel room if that person is not giving anybody access into that room? Remember, he's Bob Saget, right? Unless there's somebody in the room that was there with him when he died. Honestly, in my heart of hearts, Danny Tanner was not alone. In this case, I think this was a full house before the cops showed up. Yeah, that's the only dad joke I got for the day. Okay. But I do think that there were people there. All jokes aside, I think he wasn't alone. How would they get a phone call about an unresponsive man if no one else has a key to get into the place? I think Bob Saget would appreciate that joke, actually. So there you go. I'm just going to say that. I think he'd appreciate that joke. Be like, ha, you dick. But anyway, I don't think Mara Charisse, come on now. I ain't a hot mess. I'm just here to throw some jokes every once in a while. Every now and again. Okay. But here it is. I really do think he wasn't alone. So who was the people? Who were the people? Who was the person that he was in the room with? And obviously, you got to remember this too. Let's keep it real. What are the chances of him dying, right? Somebody in the room freaks the hell out, cleans up their tracks. You know what I mean? Because I'm not sitting here saying it was murder. I don't think that this is a homicide, right? This is probably he did some drugs and something bad happened. He went into cardiac arrest because of said drugs. That's what I think. I don't think that there was foul play in regards to him getting like strangled to death or anything, throttled, as we learned a few months ago. I don't think that there was anything like that. They say there's no signs of foul play. So I just think that he was hanging out with somebody who got some good. They were doing some stuff. They did a line or a couple bumps, and next thing you know, he had a bad reaction to it, and therefore he died. The person that was in the room freaks the hell out, cleans up after themselves, wipes down themselves, right? Their fingerprints and showing that there was no presence of them being there, and probably flew the coop and called 911, at the same time. Yeah, there's a man in the in this hotel room. He's I think he's dead. So on and so forth. That's what I think. That's what I really think. Now, like I said, these are just my own theories. I'm not trying to sit here and say that man, hey, there's so many different theories that are circulating right now until we actually get something from an autopsy from the coroner's office. We won't know anything until they actually say, hey, here's what's going down. But my automatic assumption is exactly what Martina just said just now. It's maybe drugs and there was a lady companion, because that's kind of how Bob Saget rolled. That's literally how Bob Saget rolled. We all knew about this. He liked to kick it. He liked the lady companion. He liked the ladies, and he liked to kick it. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're doing it safely. Now, we don't know what exactly happened to him behind those doors, but at the same time, I'm going to keep repeating that. How does somebody know that there's an unresponsive man in a hotel room if you're not in the room as well? Or, because you got to remember, the news came out last night. The news came out last night. And here's the thing. If a cleaning lady, for lack of a better term, is going to be cleaning, they don't clean until the very next day. So it wasn't like some lady just walked in, some cleaning person walked in like, housekeeping, oh my word, there's a man on the ground. No. Because they wouldn't have gone up until the very next day. They usually do it in the morning. They're knocking on the door. So I guarantee you somebody was in that room with him, and he was not alone as he was dying. Like I said, he was kicking it, he's known to kick it. He's known to be around women of all kinds, sex workers and not sex workers. Okay? He's known for that. You put those two things together, you get four. I'm sorry. The math in my mind, the way I'm putting it together, the math works out for me. The math is mathing for me on this. But like I said, we have to wait and see what they say as far as what the coroner says, what his autopsy is. Is there drugs in his system? So on and so forth. I guarantee you, okay, if there isn't, I'll be surprised and I'll sit here and go, okay, I was wrong. And we're just speculating. But at the same time, this is a man that is known to have a track record out here, kicking it out here in these streets. And there's nothing wrong with a guy who likes to enjoy his time. Nothing wrong with that, as long as you do it responsibly and you do it within moderation. That's what I think. Be safe out here. But I don't think he was alone. So they need to start looking at security cam footage and all that just to find out, just out of curiosity. They need to go to that Ritz-Carlton in Orlando and see what's popping. See what's really popping. But anyway, we have this, another article I want to show you guys. And then I have a news clip from one of the guys that was actually opening, one of the comedians that was opening for him. And I mean, he just started this tour this past weekend was the start, first leg of this tour. And he's no longer here. And I know a lot of people are probably going, oh, could have been the Rona, could have been that kind of thing related. No, so far we're not seeing anything of that sort. Apparently he killed the stage. He had a great show. And then hours later, he was no longer here. So here it is. Bob Saget, 65, said he was loving every minute of being back on stage. I know that feeling. Feels good. Definitely feels good. You know, if that's your natural habitat, right? He says this in a haunting final Instagram post less than 24 hours before he was found dead in Florida hotel room. And we're just going to go through some of the bullets here, okay? So sources close to Saget, who was 65, say he was found dead in the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, which we already know, in Orlando on Sunday night, like Sunday night. Last night. Full House star was found in his room by hotel employees. Okay. They're saying that it was employees that found him about 4 p.m. and was pronounced dead at the scene. But that's the thing. So you're telling me that room service or why was the hotel employees there? Unless they were checking in on him randomly. You see what I'm saying? It just interesting, right? Interesting. Scant details around Saget's death are currently available. Police say there are obviously no signs of drugs or foul play. And here's the thing, too. Let's keep it straight funky, too. We got to go back on the other side of the thing, too. He could very well have just had a heart attack. I mean, he's 65. I mean, you know, we all know that he lived a little bit of a faster life than how he portrayed himself on Full House, right? Danny Tanner is a complete opposite, the complete antithesis of Bob Saget. A neat freak, OCD, very proper. And then you got Bob Saget, who is raunchy, crass, shocking stand-up comedy. Complete opposite. The lifestyle that Danny Tanner had, Bob Saget in real life would never do. Do you see what I'm saying? And vice versa. You feel me? I feel like that makes him a good actor too. You know what I mean? We believed that. When we watched it as children, when we watched it as a family, we watched him as Danny Tanner and believed in our minds, this must be him in real life. And then you see him on stage and you're like, whoa, this is a completely different dude. This is Danny Tanner? Wow. Shows how versatile of an actor he was too. He did a damn good job on that show as Danny Tanner. Saget's family wrote that they were devastated and asked fans to join them, remembering the love and laughter. Comedian performed in Jacksonville, Florida on Saturday and sent a final upbeat tweet late after the show. Saget was first known for his raunchy, profane stand-up comedy before starring on ABC's sitcom Full House during the TGIF thing. All right. You know, with Family Matters and Step by Step, and I'm trying to think of the other ones. There's a bunch of them. I think Blossom was on that too. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember. But anyway, just a gang of shows, right? Full House co-stars John Stamos, Dave Coulier, Candace Cameron Burr, or Candace Cameron, as I remember her being named, were among those playing tribute or paying tribute. Sorry, he had faced family tragedies in the past, losing his daughter Andrea to a brain aneurysm in 1985, and his other sister Gay, who died of autoimmune disease. I don't even know how to say that. I can't even pronounce that. But she died of an autoimmune disease in 1994. So the thing is like, obviously he's gone through some trials and tribulations. He's had a life, right? He's lived a life. He's lost some people, of course, and that's devastating. You never want to lose a family member, especially your own child. You know that whole saying, you want to be the one that buries your child, not your child burying you, right? John Q, I'm not going to bury my son. My son is going to bury me, right? And I feel like that's all of us. We all want to do that, right? So this is a screenshot from a photo that he posted on Twitter. And he said, this is the last tweet or Instagram post he put up. So he said, okay, I love tonight's show in Jacksonville. Really nice audience, lots of positivity. Happened last night in Orlando last night at the Hard Rock Live 2. Very appreciative and fun audiences. Thanks again to Tim Wilkins for opening. And we're going to see an interview from Tim Wilkins here very, very shortly. I had no idea I did a 2-hour set tonight. And that's kind of crazy when you get on set and you do your thing and you're just having a great time, right? You forget the time. Time just flies by. And he totally forgot. He was on set. He did a whole set for 2 hours and people were still into his jokes, still wanted to listen to him. They weren't going, yeah, let's get on. Like, let's wrap it up, B. The orchestral music did not come on. People wanted to hear him speak. People wanted to hear him be funny, right? And that's a wonderful feeling, especially when you haven't been able to do anything like this in a while, especially with this dealing with this panty. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with the ish that we've been dealing with for the past 2 years. It does feel good when you get back on the mic, get back on the stage, and do what you were born to do, right? He says, I'm back in comedy like I was when I was 26. I guess I'm finding my new voice and loving every moment of it. He said, I see you in 2 weeks, January 28th and 29th at the Improv spot with my brother, Mike Young. Go check bobsaget.com for my dates in 2022. Going everywhere until I get the special shot. Okay. And then probably going to cause what? Oh, and probably keep going because I'm addicted to this ish. Peace out. So, yes, that's a beautiful feeling, right? It's a beautiful feeling when you get to go back on the stage, do your thing. Everyone's having a grand old time. Everyone's laughing. You're doing your thing. And then all of a sudden, man, I was up there for 2 hours? Wow. It felt like 30 minutes. Where did the time go? You know what I'm saying? It's that feeling, It's that amazing feeling, right? Now, I saw somebody say it could be his manager may have called for like just to check in on him and he wasn't picking up. That could be it too. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, the ideas that I have are a little bit salacious because I just automatically assume because of Bob Saget and the lifestyle he was known to have a little bit. You automatically, like me, I automatically go for, he might have been, he might have been with a little lady friend. He might have been doing a little, little toot. You never know. You never know. So I have to throw those options in there. But yeah, it could very well be that he just died he just taking a nap or something like that, or something He just had a cardiac arrest and died. And then his manager may have called up to check in on him. He didn't pick up. He called many, many times, and he's like, yo, or they, I don't know who, if man or woman, but they called him up a billion times. He wasn't picking up. So they said, hey, let's call the front desk. Can you go check Bob Saget's room? Because he's not picking up. We've called him a million times. He's got a press thing he got to do, so on and so forth. Right? And he's not picking up. Can you go and check on him? Just to make sure he's all right. And then, of course, hotel employee walks in, finds him unresponsive, and then 911 is called. So that could very well be it too. That could be the situation that goes down here, without a shadow of a doubt. Or it could just be straight up just him. Like, it could be salacious. We just don't know. We're going to have to find out what the autopsy shows, right? We're going to have to wait. Let me take a sip here. Yes. All right. So yeah, you never know with this. You never know with this, and it's terrible. Like I said, how did he die? We don't know. We're still trying to find out. But there's a news clip from News Nation. They just interviewed one of the comedians that opened for Bob Saget. I figured it would be nice to hear a little bit from him. Maybe he has some things that he knows that we don't know that happened hours before Bob Saget died. So let's take a look.
And a comedian, Tim Wilkins, who opened for Bob Saget's final 2 shows this weekend in Florida, or rather, they weren't supposed to be final. They were his first shows in Florida of this massive tour. I see you shaking your head. I'm so grateful that you've made time to speak with us. What was your first thought? Were you as shocked as everyone else?
I was probably more shocked. I'd just been with him a few hours earlier, and he was a huge inspiration to me as a 15, 16-year-old kid who dreamed of being a comedian. He was on a Young Comedian special with Dangerfield in '84, and I fell in love with his style. It was probably the dirtiest thing I'd ever heard in my life at that point, and I thought, I can do this for a living? You're kidding me.
Well, that's well said, because he did, again, as we've mentioned, use very colorful language while on the road as a stand-up. Very much a departure from his role as Danny Tanner on Full House. But I think for a lot of people, they're waking up and hearing this news, or they heard about it overnight, and they're thinking, well, that came out of nowhere. What in the world? Did anything seem different about him, or off, or strange?
Not off or strange. He was in perfect spirits. He was beaming, like he said in his tweet. He did an hour 45 on Friday night. He walked off and said, I can't believe that flew by and I did that much time. He did 2 hours on Saturday night. He was so happy back on stage. He was crafting a special and had a message. And he said, we talked for an hour before Saturday night show about everything. He's the kind of guy that, even though he was my idol and he could tell that I got a chance to tell him what a big influence he was on me. We bonded really fast and got from you're an influence to here's the comedians I grew up with for him, and straight into politics and life, and really rounded back around about how divided we are and how much he was trying to craft shows that brought us together. That was going to be his message in his special.
Yeah, and the title of the show or the tour was I Don't Do Negative. So while he was very colorful, he was trying to do something where we could all find some peace of mind. I know that he had shared some tweets recently about that. How is the audience responding?
They were crazy. You know, when it's somebody who's so loved, like Bob, they cheer when he comes out, which a lot of comedians don't get. I mean, you get a clap, hey, here's the next guy. But this was real love. And they loved him, obviously, enough to keep him out. A comedian knows when it's time to leave the stage. Mm-hmm. And at an hour 45 and 2 hours, that's a lot of love. They were responding really strong.
Yeah, that's so good to hear. And it's so good to see that you are saying that you bonded with him. Did he give you any advice? Did he give you anything to take with you for the road?
He actually was so complimentary and did something a lot of comedians and bands and things I've worked with over the years didn't do. He actually had researched and watched my clips and knew my bio. Wow. And was so complimentary and so kind every night. It was just such an amazing experience to have somebody you really look up to take an interest. And the reason we're even talking is because he was so generous he would share the spotlight of his last tweet and mention me in it. And I can't share enough what a generous and kind man he was. You see that in the tweets of major stars. And of course, John Stamos and Dave Coulier and people that truly knew him just loved him.
And now you're a part of his final performance. And again, nobody expects to be in the shoes that you're in, but how are you feeling today?
I'm still a little shook. I got to tell you, it's last night hurt really bad. To lose an idol, to lose someone that you'd worked with, hurts when it's only been a few hours. And, we parted ways, and I really thought, hey, we're going to do more together. This is a great guy. Our acts work well together, and we're going to spend time talking and probably having a few dinners. And it was a shock. It's still, I guess I'm in shock, to be honest.
Yeah. I think a lot of us are in shock, right? All of us are. We're like, what the heck? America's Funniest Home Videos, Full House. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things that he was a part of when we grew up. Like I said, he's America's white daddy. And, Bill Cosby is America's black daddy, right? So we all grew up watching him talk to Michelle and DJ and, and the rest of the people, right? And now he's not here. It's very, very surprising, It is a big, huge shock for a lot of us. And like I said, when I heard this happen, I thought it was a joke. I literally was like, just same thing that when it happened with Betty White. When I heard about Betty White, I was like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, wow, I'm surprised. Like, this got to be y'all lying. This got to be a joke. Betty White, when she died, Sidney Poitier, I didn't even really get a chance to really react to that because of I was so immersed in the Ahmaud Arbery sentencing that when I found out about it, I was in the middle of a show. I couldn't really fully react to it, but it was devastating. But when you find out somebody like this happens, you instantly knee-jerk reaction is, y'all lying. You know what I'm saying? Y'all lying. Y'all capping. This is cap. This is a lie. You know what I'm saying? And then when I found out, I was like, wow, this is a true story. Everybody got something. Maybe he had a brain aneurysm. You never know. That could be it too. Like I said, we're gonna wait and see what they say, what the verdict is going to be, what the diagnosis is going to be, what the reports say when they do their deep dive, when they look into what actually happened to Bob Saget. But at the same time, like real talk, I'm surprised as hell. But he is no longer here. It's crazy. Still extremely surprising to me. Extremely. Still extremely surprising. And like I said, it is still something. I think a lot of us are still going to be, going, whoa, how did this happen? We're all going to be waiting to see what actually went down. What did he do? What was it that he did that suddenly caused him to pass? Now, here's the other question, though. Was it because of a long life of drug use? We know he liked to dabble. We all knew this. Come on now. Everybody knew this. And, before he started to settle down, he enjoyed hanging out, with other women and stuff, right? So just saying, I know he recently, just a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, he got married. So I know his swashbuckling ways may have slowed down because of his marriage. But at the same time, he was living the single life and enjoying his time, kicking it and having a grand old time. So I don't know. Could it be a combination of just that kind of lifestyle catching up to him at the ripe age. I wouldn't even say 65 is old nowadays. I don't see that as, I'm like, man, that's too soon. But 65, 65 is 65. Did it all catch up on him? Catch up to him? But anyway, it's just very, very interesting. So when we find out more information about it, when we find out what the cause of death is, for a fact, you're going to hear it right here. Okay. I promise you guys, I will talk about it right here. But there is something I wanted to pull up here because we do need to talk about this. This fire that happened. Like I said, there's other stories that we are going to be talking about and covering today. And one of them has to do with this fire that happened in New York City. And they're saying this is the worst fire in 30 years. And so we got to talk about this right quick. And of course, before we go into that, RIP to Bob Saget and his family that he left behind. My condolences to his loved ones. And obviously, to the world, because a lot of us are shocked and a lot of us are grieving. A lot of us are sad over the news of Bob Saget, so may he rest in peace. Real talk. But we got to move on to the next story. And this is crazy. This piece right here, New York City fire. This is the worst fire in New York City in 30 years. Was caused by a faulty space heater. Panicked Bronx family fled apartment fire and left front door open, allowing blaze to travel to every floor and kill at least 19 people, including 9 children, y'all. Dozens injured after being trampled in rush to escape. Can you imagine that? A family is fleeing their apartment because this space heater just goes off, right? They leave that front door open because they're running. They're not thinking about that, closing the door. And then all of a sudden that fire just spreads and people are running. Can't take elevators, right? So they're taking the stairs. So people are just running on top of each other, trying to get away from the blaze. So people were getting hurt just from trying to run away from the flames. Not burn victims, but people who were actually trampled because of how frantic people were trying to get away from this fire. Insane. So I'm just going to go through these bullets really quick, okay? So the 5-alarm blaze erupted shortly before 11 a.m. on the 3rd floor of a 19-story building in the East 182nd Street or 181st Street in Fordham Heights. So 19 people were confirmed dead, of whom 9 are children. Excuse me. In the worst fire in New York City in 30 years. 9 children died, y'all. The fire at the Twin Parks Northwest complex broke out in a duplex on the 2nd floor and quickly progressed, with an open doorway allowing the smoke to rapidly spread throughout the building. The fire was caused by a space heater in a bedroom, which was being used to supplement the heat in the building, which did have functioning fire alarms. Apparently, this is what the New York Fire Commissioner said. So that's what they're saying. They had functioning fire alarms in there. But here it is. It was still a faulty space heater. And, I know about these buildings in New York, these apartments, especially these old ones, right? Some of them just don't spread the heat as well. Sometimes they spread too much heat, and sometimes they don't spread enough heat at all throughout the entire throughout the entire apartment unit, right? So yeah, you might have to buy 1 or 2 space heaters so that you can keep yourself warm, because one side of the apartment might be warm, the other side might be cold as hell, right? So I get this, right? Some old buildings just don't know how to disperse the heat, right? Especially, it's cold as hell up there right now. It's New York. It's like winter 9 months out of the year. I ain't lying. Okay. It's like winter and then summer for like 2 weeks, and then it's winter again. I'm not kidding. It's cold up there. So yeah, hell yeah, you got space heaters on top of the heat that you have, because it's cold. Okay. Firefighters found people on every floor in stairways, said Daniel Negro, which is obviously the New York Fire Commissioner, praising his team for continuing to work despite running out of air. And yeah, hey man, those first responders, those firefighters, man, I salute y'all. Like going towards the chaos while everybody's running out and running away. Real talk, mad love. Okay. I'm telling you, man, New York winter is no joke. That's all I'm saying, Mara Charisse. New York winter is no joke, and it lasts forever. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, new mayor of New York, praised the firefighters who ran out of air, yet continued to rescue people, and said that many of those living in the building were immigrants of Gambia. We didn't know what to do. We looked out the windows and saw all the dead bodies that were taken with blankets. Crystal Diaz, who lives on the 5th floor of the building, said about the scene at the fire. At least 63 people have been injured, said the FDNY. 19 were treated at the scene, and 35 others have been taken to nearby hospitals. A hazardous material team is requested to retrieve the lithium-ion battery, but is unclear whether the fire was caused by the battery or was damaged, or if it was damaged by the fire, officials said. Fire marshals are investigating. Like I said, this devastating story out of nowhere. I mean, this is where it all started. Or not, this is not where it all started, but if you can imagine, I mean, this is just a scene, just a shot of what happened, right? These men and women that are coming in, these firefighters are going in while people are frantically trying to find ways of getting the hell out. Just a few images of these firefighters rescuing and trying to save the day. Eleni French, thank you so much for bringing it up, because we needed to talk about this too. So thank you for saying thank you. But yeah, as you see, firefighters going towards the chaos. And this is the building itself. It's so sad, y'all. To think that 19 people have died, including 9 children, because of a faulty space heater. It says emergency personnel from New York, or from the NYFD or FDNY, responded to the apartment building fire in Bronx on Sunday morning. And this is just this is kind of a little bit of the aftermath. Some brave individuals going out there just to save some people's lives in a burning building. Not a burning house, but a burning building. Some people actually made rope. Unbelievable. Sheets were hanging from windows of the apartment building on Sunday after the blaze broke out that killed 19. So people were trying to crawl out of this. I don't know how they were able to even. Wow. How were they even able to squeeze from through that window unless it was a child? But wow. And this, of course, is the aftermath. Of course, these are broken windows either from people who are trying to get out, or this is just from the heat, just from the heat breaking the windows. It's unbelievable, y'all. This is the forensics team that's arriving to the scene. I mean, this is just, like I said, imagine being home, hanging out. You're nowhere near that apartment building or that apartment. And then all of a sudden you just hear fire alarms going off, people frantically running. Next thing you know, you're going, what the hell's going on? You open up your front door, you look down the hallway, you just see smoke billowing through the hallways. And all you can think of is, well, shoot, let me get my shoes on and get the hell out of here. Grab my children, if you have children, or my loved ones, and get out of here as quickly as I can. Yeah, the Pioneer says it doesn't look like a duplex, but here's the thing. You never know. Inside some of those buildings or inside of these apartments, sometimes you have those kind of hookups where it'll be like one floor is all duplexes. Then the following floor, like 2 floors above that, will be regular apartments, right? You have your studios and your one bedrooms and whatnot, right? And then they'll do it again, like on the top floor or something like that. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, it's not something that you see very often, but that does exist. And it definitely exists in New York City for sure. It's devastating to think that there are people that died. Like there's no other way. There was no other way of not having this happen, right? You wonder what could have been done for this not to happen, or what's a way that this could have been taken care of without having so many people die, right? And then the other part of me wonders how many people died from being trampled on, not just from asphyxiation, from like inhaling the smoke or anything like that, or burning, right? But how many of them were actually like trampled on, right? In this situation. It's terrible. Like I said, it's terrible. So, of course, thoughts and prayers go out to any people that have been having to deal with that. I mean, that's like I said, a scary thought, right? Terrifying to see something like that. And you, like I said, you're just there, and all of a sudden a fire breaks out, and a lot of people, those 19 people that died, I'm sure had no idea where to go or were trapped because of this blaze that just ignited out of nowhere, right? And it's like you can't prevent unless that person knows that their space heater is faulty. How do you know, right? How do you know if that space heater is faulty or not? That's actually a good question too, because we all have that one device in our home that we're kind of like, meh, maybe I need to replace that at some point, but it's good for right now. When do we know when it's time to really replace that thing, right? Especially like a space heater. You don't think, it's fine. It's making a few clicky noises. It's never done that before, but it's making a few clicky noises. It's fine. I ain't got $50 right now to spend on another space heater, sometimes even more, right? But how do you know? Unless there was a dead giveaway on that space heater. Like it was already starting to spark before, but the resident or the owner of that space heater just didn't give a damn, right? So this makes you wonder. And you know, Jamie Lunez, you're absolutely right. What about disabled people? What about them? That's a good point too. You know, some of them are just stuck there, stuck in their apartments. They can't move. Some of them can't move as quickly because, or some of them can't use stairs, right? So they're stuck there unless somebody's going to go and is willing to carry them down those flights of stairs. So that is a very good question as well. It is a very good question as well. But as far as those space heaters, you know, you can go and buy those independently that are just, you know, they roll around. You plug them into the wall. You can roll them around so you can get them closer to where you need to get them to, so on and so forth, you know. And some of them, I guess, can be faulty. It just makes you wonder where. Just makes you wonder if there was any telling signs before this went off, if their space heater was faulty beforehand, or if this just went off randomly. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, hopefully we'll find out more information about that particular case and particular event here very shortly. It's still just devastating news, y'all. Excuse me, just devastating news. But before we continue on, please do not forget to hit that like button. Send those likes all the way up. Do me that small favor. Hit that like button. That would really, really mean a lot. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay? Working our way towards 50,000 subscribers. So please don't forget to hit that like button, y'all, and hit that subscribe button. Anyway, we got to go into the next pieces that we have here. Let me get these things set up right quick. All right. We got some more information revolving around Alec Baldwin, y'all. Yes, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Alec Baldwin was on the set of a new movie that he was producing and starring in called Rust. He was holding a gun, a prop gun, when his assistant director told him that the gun was cold. Unbeknownst to him, the gun goes off, killing his DP, director of photography, his cinematographer, Helena Hutchins, and he's in a lot of trouble right now. He's in a heap load of issues right now. And what's going on right now is that law enforcement has asked or has issued a search warrant for his cell phone. And the funny thing is that he hasn't given anybody anything yet. And I'm going, what's up with that? Allegedly, he hasn't given anybody anything yet, like the cell phone that they want to have access to. So let's take a listen to this.
New developments in the deadly Rust movie set shooting investigation. Police in New Mexico still trying to obtain actor Alec Baldwin's cell phone despite issuing a search warrant weeks ago. Authorities in Suffolk County, New York, where Baldwin has a home, are now involved in the investigation. Fox News correspondent Christina Coleman has the latest information.
Alec Baldwin has a home in Suffolk County, New York, so authorities in New Mexico have reached out to authorities in New York for help in trying to get a hold of his cell phone. They released a statement saying, quote, the Suffolk County Sheriff's Office has received a request from the Santa Fe, New Mexico authorities requesting assistance in obtaining Alec Baldwin's phone. This request has been forwarded to the Suffolk County DA's office to work out the differences in laws between New Mexico and New York. Last month, Baldwin's attorney said they proactively requested that authorities get a warrant to obtain his phone to protect his family and his personal information that is unrelated to the investigation.
Okay, real quick. Does that even matter? If you're trying to save your career, if you're trying to save your safe face, right? You're doing everything you can to make sure that you can continue making your money, securing them bags. You're doing everything in your power to do so. And all of a sudden, You're going, no, I don't want to do that because I'm worried about this personal information getting out here. Shouldn't you not give a damn at some point? I'm just saying, shouldn't you not give a damn at some point? Because you are facing possible serious charges here. You are responsible for the death of somebody. So if you're sitting there going, I'm going to do everything I can to be as cooperative as possible. No, I do not think it was my fault. No, I do not think I should be getting the backlash that I have been receiving. But I'm going to do everything I can to make everything all right. Then show us that you're willing to do everything you can to make everything all right. But you are not willing to give them your cell phone because you're worried about personal information coming out. Bruh. Huh? The thing you should be doing is exactly that. Showing them everything. Show them the Carfax. Show them everything. Be transparent, y'all. But he's sitting there going, oh, I'm so concerned. I'm so concerned. I'm so concerned over them finding out more personal information about me. No, this is the time to be transparent, y'all. I don't give a damn. If it means that you got to, it's talk about therapy, therapy sessions for your kids or so on and so forth. Who gives a damn? I'm sure cops are not going to, the law enforcement are not going to sit there and leak all that information out here, right? They want to see what kind of information they can get from your cell phone so that it can further the conversation. It can further the case and whatnot. I mean, and that's my personal opinion. That is my personal opinion on that. I say be transparent. Put it out here. If there's anything in the cell phone that shows, hey, if there's anything in the cell phone that shows something that could make him more innocent, then I say put it out there. Who cares at this point? The worst you've done is something you've already done, which is you held the gun that killed somebody. That's the worst thing you could ever do, I think. That's what I think. But anyway, I don't know. Like I said, I would just be transparent as much as I can if I am trying to stay on the side of innocence, in my personal opinion.
A search warrant was issued for the device on December 16th, nearly 2 months after the deadly October 21st shooting on the set of Rust. But Baldwin still has not turned over his phone. Detectives say text messages or emails pertaining to the film could be helpful to the investigation. Legal expert Brian Claypool questions why authorities didn't issue a warrant for Baldwin's phone immediately.
Now we are weeks later and they don't have the phone? Are you kidding me? Last time I checked, whenever you issue a search warrant, you take the warrant, you go over to somebody's house, you don't call up the lawyer and say, hey, since you rep a big time celebrity, we want to try to arrange the, serving the search warrant. That's not how it works in the real world.
Even though Baldwin was holding the gun when it went off, killing cinematographer Helena Hutchins and injuring the film's director, he says he is not responsible for the tragic incident. He says he did not know how live rounds got on set. He also said that he did not pull the trigger. And in his tell-all interview, he also said he was told the prop gun was cold, meaning that it did not contain any live rounds.
Now, that is very true. He didn't know that there was a live round in the gun. He didn't. The assistant director went onto the set, said, hey, cold gun, handed it to him. Then they were practicing blocking and all that stuff. Gun goes off. So I get that piece. I'm with that. Okay. But like I said, when it comes to something like this, when you're being asked to be transparent, you got all this stuff that's going on. You have a person that has died. Maybe there is some information in the phone that could either solidify your innocence or incriminate you even more, and the police are asking for your cell phone so that they can get information out there, then you should do so as quickly as you can. That's what I think. But what I find very interesting here too, though, with this situation is that he is saying, where is it? Dang. He's saying that he's complying with the cell phone search warrant. It says right here, Alec Baldwin says in Instagram video, he's complying with cell phone search warrant. But apparently everybody else is sitting here saying otherwise. Interesting, right? So in a video posted on his Instagram account on Saturday, Alec Baldwin said he was cooperating with authorities in their investigation into the fatal shooting of cinematographer Helena Hutchin on the sets of the film Rust, and any suggestion he is not complying with the search warrant issued for his cell phone, he is calling it, quote unquote, a lie. He says this is a process, the actor said. But this is interesting. Notice the media is sitting here saying that he's not complying, that he's not being cooperative, but he's out here saying that he is being cooperative. Interesting, right? So I'm wondering, what is cooperation and what's not being cooperative, right? Because here's the thing. If they had the cell phone already, I don't think the media would be talking about this, would they? Would they? They wouldn't sit here and say something like that. I mean, you know, we could talk about the media all day long, but you see what I'm saying, whether they know what they're talking about and know if they're talking about lies or telling the truth. But here's the thing, though. He's out here saying that he is complying. So if he is complying, this story would not be out here saying, hey, cell phone is in the possession of the police, but I don't think the police have the cell phone yet. He says right here, this is a process, quote unquote. Is he dodging? He's complying. He's saying that the stories that are going out here about this search warrant, that he's not complying to the search warrant, is a lie. But the next thing that's being said is this is a process. So in other words, he's got his lawyers holding off, so on and so forth. That's what I think. Doing the legal esquiring jargon to prolong this as long as they can before he actually has to hand over said cell phone. I mean, obviously, this is me speculating here, okay? But he says this is a process, the actor said, adding part of the process involves investigators from another state having to go through the state he lives in to make a request for his phone. They have to specify what exactly they want. They can't just go through your phone and take, your photos or your love letters to your wife or what have you. Baldwin said in the video, shot in the driver's seat of a parked car. But of course, we are 1,000% going to comply with all of that. We are perfectly fine with that, the actor said. He went on to add, he is working toward insisting on demanding the truth about what happened. Of course, she was Hutchins, Helena, the cinematographer, was fatally shot on October 21st during a rehearsal scene for in a church at the Bonanza Creek Ranch. Director Joel Souza was also injured in the shooting. He was shot in the shoulder. That's where they found the lead. The bullet was lodged in his shoulder. Baldwin told ABC George Stephanopoulos in December the scene was going to show Baldwin cocking the gun, and he and Hutchins were going over how she wanted to position his hand before the gun went off. I'm holding the gun where she told me to hold it, which ended up being aimed right below her armpit, was what I was told. Baldwin said at the time, adding, I never point a gun at anyone and then pull the trigger. he's still saying to this day that he has not pulled the trigger. Period. That the gun just went off by itself, which is possible. From my understanding, that is very possible to happen. But the fact that he was handed a gun and was told that it was quote unquote cold is very interesting to me. And why didn't the AD, the assistant director, double check the barrel of the gun, double check to see that there wasn't anything in the chambers of the gun? Why didn't he also check it as well? 3 times check it? Why the heck not? Because you just never know. But like I said, seems strange to me. But still right now, to this day, he's saying he did not pull the trigger. The trigger, the hammer went off. Just went off. In another video posted in his Instagram earlier this month, of course, Baldwin expressed gratitude for the support he received since the shooting incident and said it has been surely the worst situation I've ever been involved with. I'm very hopeful that the people in charge with investigating this whole thing to get the truth as soon as possible. No one wants the truth more than I do. Now, the thing is like I said, some of us will disagree with me. Some of us will agree with me. When it comes to something like this, and you have a man who has held a gun and that gun goes off, even if it went off by itself, doesn't matter. Then on top of that, to add insult to injury, you are the producer of said movie. You're the one who's making the decisions on, or you're one of the people that are making the decisions on who gets paid, who's getting hired onto the show, what cinematographer you're using, what armorer you are hiring, so on and so forth, where the monies is going to be spread out on. All that information could very well be in these text messages that are on his phone. Now, it is up to you, fam, or whoever, to make the decision on, is he complying or not? Do you agree with this or not? Does this constitute as someone who is actually complying with law enforcement when they have issued a search warrant asking for your cell phone because there could be information on that cell phone that could maintain your innocence or could bring more justice and more understanding to what happened to this situation? And the fact that he's saying, oh, no. It's a thing. There's a process. And what the media and stuff is saying right now is a lie. Well, here's the thing. Law enforcement has still not obtained the cell phone from Alec Baldwin. Period. They still haven't received anything. So until we actually see law enforcement actually get said cell phone, people are going to, and media are going to assume that Alec Baldwin's not complying. So hopefully, Mr. Baldwin will get down to it, do what he needs to do, hand it over, and be done with it. Or, let's keep it real. Maybe he just needs to delete whatever he needs to delete and then send it over to him. I don't know. You know for a fact they can still go find that stuff in the cloud and all that ish. So I'm just saying, just hand over just hand it over and be done. Like I said, the worst thing you could ever do is already there. And I also and it was already done. And I also want to say this too. Then, hey, if you're worried about them seeing, like he said, love letters to your wife and stuff like that, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's something that maybe you delete those things, delete those photos. Maybe there's some revealing videos and photos that you got on your phone. Delete them ish. Delete it. And just hand it over. I get it. You don't want all this stuff out here. But at the same time, we gotta, let's keep it reals. Let's keep it real. You not putting out that cell phone to them looks suspect. Real talk. Looks hella suspect. So, again, I say, as much as you can, just get out there and just give them the cell phone and be done with it. All right. What? Nah. I just saw a text. I just saw a thing. That's a lie. Tony Danza's not dead. Come on. Mona. No, he ain't dead. That's a hoax. All right. So everybody's like, what? Tony Danza? No. Hold me closer, Tony Danza. Like, no, he ain't dead. Oh, come on. The Justice Code said Tony Danza was found dead this morning, just like Bob Saget. That is a lie. You got me looking this up now. I just looked it up really quick, but I will look it up real quick. He ain't dead, though. This is a nah. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, no. No, and no. But, like I said, if he was to die, we would be very, 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 very surprised. Back to back like that would be insane. But no, he is still alive. He is still alive and kicking. And so there you go. Okay. But anyway, we got to move on to my next story. And this one is very interesting. I wanted to do something that was a little bit lighter, a little bit of something, you know what I mean? Full on Tony Danza dead is a hoax. I don't know why that's being spread out here. They're just trying to say every TV sitcom dad, or character is just dying, just dropping like flies. No. Bob Saget is the only person that has died as of the past 24 hours. All right. So, no. Okay. Let's not waste our time with that. Okay. So, moving on. Here's the thing. This one I found very interesting because this was trending this morning pretty hard. And I was kind of like, you know what? Let me pull this up because I thought that this was a very interesting story. And here it is, guys. Whatever happened to just teamwork? Like, this is a really, really, really bad look, man. Really, really bad look. So, before I jump into this article, there was a Canadian politician that posted a photo of his wife, who happens to be a nurse, shoveling their snow after she did a 12-hour shift. And here's the thing. He's not in there helping her. He's inside, warm and cozy, just taking a photo of her whilst she is shoveling the snow. And this is right after, again, a 12-hour shift. I'm not kidding. We got to take a look at this article. It's so bad. And I think it's extremely important when it comes to the support of your loved ones, support of your, of your spouse, your partner. Okay? Real talk. This is unbelievable. Comedian, politician. And like this dude should never run for nothing ever again. Like, not never. He lost my vote and I ain't even Canadian. Okay, so we got to talk about this. Comedian politician blasted for sharing photo of wife shoveling snow after a 12-hour hospital shift. And do you already know? Do you know? Let me just do this real quick. Let me just say this really quick. Do you know Do you know what it's like right now when she's already dodging that Rona? She's already dodging all of that ish. And right now, she is shoveling snow after doing 12 hours, saving people's lives and doing all that stuff. She's been on her feet for 12 hours and she's shoveling snow. And you a politician. But that does make sense. You a politician. You lazy. That's what it is. You lazy. You a bum. You're a bum. You know what I'm saying? Damn. So let's get back to this, man. I'm sorry. This is just unbelievable to me. But anyway, shoveling snow after 12-hour hospital shift. Saving lives. Mind you, saving lives. Kicking ass and taking names. And she's out here. We're going to look at the photo too. She out here shoveling snow, baby. Woo! Unbelievable. Anyway, and I get it. Like here, I'll throw a little benefit of the doubt. Maybe they got a little infant baby. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to watch the baby while the snow is getting shoveled. But then that's what you need to have the wife that just came home from doing a 12-hour shift go say, baby, rest your feet. I know your dogs might be barking. Hold the baby while I shovel the damn snow. Did you break your arm? Did you break your foot? Did you break your back? Okay. Because apparently her back must be tired because you've been riding it this entire time. Shoot. She's shoveling the snow too? Come on, man. Anyway, let's get to this. I'm sorry. This is just seems completely uneven in my personal opinion. But let's get into this article. A Canadian politician faced immediate backlash after he posted a picture on social media of his wife shoveling snow after she'd worked a 12-hour hospital shift. John Reyes, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Manitoba cabinet minister. He's a minister, cabinet minister. Okay. Felt the rage of Twitter, rightfully so, for standing inside the warmth and taking a photo of his wife, Cynthia Reyes, shoveling snow in below freezing temperatures after a 12-hour shift, y'all. Manitoba, thank you. I don't know how to pronounce it. Shoot, y'all, come on. Just roll with me. It's not like, I don't say Manitoba every day, like breathing. Okay, so thank you. Manitoba. Okay? Even after a 12-hour night shift. Oh, this is like they like massaging the insults all the way down to the bone. So this was an overnight shift. 12 hours, like 6 to 6. You know what I mean? 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Bruh, this is bad. Okay? So after a 12-hour night shift at a hospital last night, my wife still has the energy to shovel the driveway. Reyes tweeted Saturday morning, God bless her and all of our frontliners. Time to make her some breakfast. Yeah, he said that in the tweet. We're going to look at the tweet. It's down here in a second. Of course, this tweet went viral, but not for the reasons Reyes would have hoped. Twitter users berated the cabinet minister for not going out to the driveway to help his wife and for not having it already shoveled before she returned home. Let me say this. Figgity facts, baby. They didn't give a damn. They're like, yo, you telling me that you didn't do this as a man, you're home? Forget the sexes. As a partner, where you know for a fact that your wife is coming back home from doing an overnight, like the graveyard shift, for 12 hours, which is already difficult to begin with. And you just woke up and she's out here shoveling the damn snow after a 12-hour shift, and all you doing is politicking? Bruh, come on. So another politician, Canadian politician, told his followers that the photo was not a depiction of every politician husband. Absolutely. Another user posted an infamous meme to describe the incident. Hold on, let me refresh this because for some odd reason it is not. There we go. There we go. So there it is. That's what I was looking for. So there it is. This is John Reyes' photo. Canadian politician. Let me show it to you guys so we can see this in the nosebleed seats. Look at this. He says right here, and I'll repeat what I read in the article, but it says right here in the tweet, even after a 12-hour shift, 12-hour night shift at the hospital last night, my wife still has the energy to shovel the driveway. God bless her and all our frontliners. Time to make her some breakfast. I'm just going to pull it up. This is the wifey shoveling. That's a lot of driveway. And she just got done with doing the thing. Now, here's the thing. I'm not talking about the sexes. Okay, I'm not talking about, oh yeah, what a man's supposed to do and what a woman's supposed to do and all that stuff. I ain't saying nothing like that. I am just talking about the balance of partnership. Right? Some of us have strengths where your partner has weaknesses in, and vice versa, right? But also at the same time, though, like, there's relationships out here where the man is a better cook than the wife, or whatever, and they switch where it's like, okay, she does the dishes while I cook, right? Or vice versa, right? She does the laundry and then I fold it, whatever it is, right? So I'm not trying to talk about sexes here and what, like, the traditional, like, 1950s, like, honey, I'm home and where's my martini and my slippers? I'm not saying any of that. I'm talking about the balance of spousalhood, okay? One, you do not, I repeat, as a partner, you do not do this. You do not let your spouse come back home from a 12-hour shift and expect her or them to shovel the damn snow right after they got done doing a 12-hour shift. You realize, like, do you realize her dogs must be barking? I've said it. You're running all over the place. I've seen what these incredible frontliners do, right? And they're doing it consistently for 12 hours straight. Sometimes there's barely any breaks. You're just busting your hump and taking care of people, especially right now where we got the vid surgeon. We got this doom touch. We got the B2K out here. We got that Omarion out here. People are going in by droves, getting sicker and sicker every single day. There is no chill for this woman, for this frontliner. And you got this politician out here in these streets having the audacity to take a photo from his warm and cozy room saying, look at my wife, ain't she amazing? Now it's time to make her some breakfast. What? Oh, infinite content. Oh, you're incredible. Hold up. Let me pull up what he just said. I need to pull that up. Here it is. He goes, Pascal show, it just gets worse. People saw tweets this guy put up watching tennis a few hours earlier. So to add insult to injury, he was chilling in the cut, drinking a brewski and watching tennis? And he's a politician? Stop it, y'all. But like I said, there's a person, okay. You have a responsibility as a partner. Doesn't matter the sex. Okay? Yeah. Arisalia, yeah. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Okay? But you have a responsibility, okay? As a partner, to keep it balanced. Especially, okay, say that there's a snowstorm that comes through, whatever. It doesn't matter. But when she gets home, or when they get home, you're going, hey, wait a second. Hold up. Babe, just pull the car over to the side, get your ass home. I got a stack of pancakes for you and some scrambled eggs. Okay? And go and get some sleep. I'm going to do this, okay? I was just waiting for the snow to fully fall. Maybe there was a snowstorm that came through. They were just waiting for this for the stop snowing so that he could fully shovel the snow. Like, what he should be doing is running out there and going, babe, stop. I got this. Come on inside. I got some coffee for you and breakfast is ready, kind of thing. You are a partner, right? That's the importance of being a partner, right? You hold it down for them when they're out there in the streets working their asses off. Not, oh, look at how wonderful my wife is. She's shoveling snow after a 12-hour graveyard shift at the hospital. Ain't she amazing? No. You're going, ain't she amazing? She just got done with a 12-hour shift. A frontliner. End of story. Now I'm about to go shovel some snow because that's what I need to do as a partner. The amount of unbalanced BS that's going on in this photo is beyond me. But this is not what a balanced relationship looks like to me. This is the complete antithesis of this. Just saying. As a partner, you need to do everything you can to make sure your partner, your loved one, is okay and is comfortable. And if there's something that you can't do and they can do for you, then bet. But you return the favor. You flip it around. It has to be even keeled. It can't just be one side. It just can't be the John Reyes life and then she just happens to be a part of it. That's BS. That's not how a relationship goes. And at some point, homegirl going to leave John Reyes, Canadian politician John Reyes, because she going to wake up. I mean, I'm sure she's waking up now. This is a viral tweet right now. People are going crazy about this thing. And if we were to go back into the whole, male manosphere type thing, okay? Yes, I said it. This looks weak as hell for this dude. This is emasculating as all get out if we are looking at it in that perspective, right? But regardless, when it comes to all this, you have a responsibility as a partner. F masculinity or femininity, F all that. It's called being a balanced partner. It's about being an actual partner for your spouse or for your loved one. And holding it down when they can't hold it down. Surprising them with little things like a shoveled driveway, because the little things do count, and they count more than the bigger stuff. Real talk. Some of us need to wise the F up. Mara Charisse, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Did you see the burner he created posing as his wife? What? No, I did not. Now I need to see what you're talking about. But yes, this kind of photo right here is a bad look on any side of the spectrum, right? Now, I mean, here it is. Okay, I'll say it. If it was the man out there and he was shoveling the snow and she was the one taking the photo and saying, yeah, he was here for he went to work for 12 hours and now he's out here shoveling the snow. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. Yes, as a man, that man would be applauded, right? We got to play that other side too. We got to look at that other side too. As a man, it would be like, yo, that's what men do. We get the work done. period. But the fact that he's not out there with her speaks volumes. And yes, it might be a little traditional, but at the same time, that's why he's getting buried right now. I mean, he literally just dug himself in his own grave. Actually, she's digging his grave right now. That's what this photo is. Real talk. It's a bad look for you, baby. Very, very bad look. But let me see. Let's see what he This is from his thread. I should take a picture. I should take a picture. Woo! This is bad. Oh my Lord. Do the left thing said, my wife just finished a double shift in the ICU. I told her yesterday that my caddy shifting is a bit off. She surprised me by pulling the tranny and swapped the Johnson rod. I'm going to have a beer in her honor while she cleans up her oily mess. I'm done. I am done. People are going in on this dude. Like I said, it is a thread. Wow. But like I said, this is a thread that's just going like crazy right now. People are losing their damn minds. Anyway, so this is, of course, another politician said, ladies, let the record show this is not a depiction of every politician husband. Absolutely. This is terrible. You don't do that. Her hands look like this, so mine can look like this. Man, I'm done. Y'all are the internet will forever be undefeated. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, this is hilarious. All I wanted to do is shovel. Oh my God. They created a fake profile of her wife. Oh my God, this is hilarious. All I wanted to do was shovel. So, according to the Canadian news outlet CBC, Reyes denied an interview request, but did send them a statement via email. So here it is. My wife is amazing, both at home and at work. I'm eternally grateful for her and everything she does. I love her very much, he said to the outlet. I'm happy that she's getting the worldwide recognition she deserves. And it serves as a reminder to everyone, especially me today, that we can never do enough to show our gratitude to healthcare workers. Wow, this guy sounds like a politician. This dude is he politicking like politics politicking. Okay? He politicking politics. Oh my God. It's like I did smoke the weed, but I didn't inhale. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I effed her, but I made love to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell is this? Oh my God. And that's it. That's the only thing he said. Wow. And it serves as a reminder to everyone, especially me today, that we can never do enough to show our gratitude to healthcare workers. I am done. He is going to be the next president of Canada. Watch. Mary Charisse said, break up with him. Facts. Just do it. Like I said, there's gotta be balance when it comes to being with your loved one. There has to be balance. You can't do all the heavy lifting all the time and vice versa. Sometimes the man got to roll up his sleeves and do what some people will say is the woman's job, okay? In the traditional sense, and vice versa. But at the same time, if you in the room and your wife or your partner is out shoveling snow and they just had a long ass day, bro, you better go and put on some snow boots to roll up your sleeves and start shoveling. You better tell, hey, honey, come on, get inside. No, we good. No. You good. You just got done with a 12-hour shift. Go get some sleep, girl. I got this. By the time you're awake, this will be shoveled. Done. That's what a partner does. You bring balance to the relationship, right? That's what you're supposed to be doing. In facts, Mara Sharice, go get you a snowblower, man. Shoot. You know what I mean? If it snows that much out where you are, Manitoba, if you out here and it's in these snowy streets, get you a snowblower. It'll get the job done much faster. Even if it is your wife that's doing it after a 12-hour graveyard shift at a hospital with a whole bunch of COVID patients going, I'm sick. I think I got it. No, I got it. Oh my God. Her dodging that every day? Bruh, come on now. That is a feat in itself. But anyway, that is the show today, guys. I appreciate all y'all for being on. I really do appreciate it. It was a great conversation today. Lots of really great conversations. Lots of great things that we had to talk about. I'll be back on tomorrow morning as always, okay? I'm sure there's going to be a pop-up of some sort later on today if I have time. But anyway, I appreciate all y'all for being on, okay? Be sure to, like I said before, hit that like button down below. Please send those likes all the way past 200 likes. That would really mean a lot to me, okay? Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, y'all. Crush it, okay? Crush it for America or for wherever you're from, for your country, okay? Just do it. I appreciate it, okay? But anyway, it is time to get going, guys. Much love to you guys. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And hey, come on. Just shovel the snow, fellas. Just saying. Oh, and yes, thank you, Mara Sharice. Follow me on Twitter, The Pascal Show, one word. And also, please follow me on Instagram. So whichever one you are more comfortable with, follow me on both or one of them. The Pascal Show, one word, IG and on the twits. I'll be seeing you guys soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
You're going to perform tonight. I can't make this interview boring because this man is too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is going to leave and go somewhere else where we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. For more information, call us now.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.